Find out what's hot and what's not.
We watch your programme every week.
Hop aboard the Clubavision Party Mobile with me, Janine, because tonight we have cruised down to Hereford for some naughty but nice party action. But first up, it's DJ Magazine's Dance Chart.
At number 10, Flat Beat, Mr. Ozio.
At number 9, Feel It by Spook.
And at number 8, Future Love, Remixes Presents.
And number 7 is Feeling For You in Cassius.
And number 6, It Won't Be Long, Super Calendar.
Number 5, What You Need is Powerhouse.
And number 4, Bring It Back, Molagor.
Number 3, Very Stylish Believe, Dimitri from Paris. Number 2, Big Love, Pete Taylor.
At number 1, Red Alert, Basement Jacks.
This is John 00 Fleming. I'm at Naughty But Nice in Hereford, and you're watching Clubavision.
Naughty but nice is my perfect combination. And for 6 years, it's also been the name of the Friday night shindig here at the Crystal Rooms in Hereford. Names bigger than Pavarotti's backside have played here, alongside local residents and fresh up-and-coming talent. It's a spunky little club, and we decided it was well worth a taste. Very naughty but nice promoter, Andy Passman. How did you get into promoting?
I fell in love with the music and the whole scene, so, just decided wanted to put something on in my local town, and here we are now.
Do you think it's hard to promote in Hereford rather than in a big city?
Not really, no. I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm doing is all based on the music, and as long as, you enjoy that change that comes with music, I think it's just doing what the sort of club that you'd like to go to yourself.
Do you get your regular crowd, or do you find that they come from all over?
They do come from all over, but we are fortunate, we do have a hardcore people who travel regularly, as well as the locals.
What effort do you put into your night that sets it above the rest?
I think the club revolves around 3 things. Firstly, the music, secondly, the sound system, and thirdly, the visual images that you're trying to project. The layout of the club is perfect because the booth looks out over a sunken dance floor. Then all on the raised, we had to move the tables out every week because they all dance on the area around the side. So, it's brilliant. You're looking at, you're getting a feel straight for what the people are up for, and you can just move with that.
You've got an upstairs bar as well with a water fountain.
We have, yeah. Do you like that?
It looks great.
Thank you. Upstairs, we obviously use that as an opportunity to use local talent, basically, just to represent, the other diversities that are going on within the music scene at the moment.
You're DJing and promoting. How does that fit in?
Perfectly, because being sort of into the music from my own point of view, you're looking at new directions, new places to go, and you're always, got your ear to the ground in terms of new DJs that are coming on, that type of thing, and that helps you just, evolve, basically.
Do you find you're more in tune with what the clubbers want as well, because you're on both aspects?
Absolutely, yeah. It is part of it. Like I say, it's just wheels within wheels, and it seems to be working well.
Out of all the top DJs that you've had to play near, you've had people like Kyle Cox, Paul Oakenfold. Who would you say really earns the money?
I think they all earn their money in their own right because they're actually involved in representing one particular genre, and that's what I look for really in a DJ. It's all right, we all know there's all big tunes out there all the time, but each different DJ's got to have his own little thing to add to the equation. So they all earn it in their own right, definitely. And every night that we've been fortunate to have, say, one of the more special types of DJs, sure, they've worked well hard for the money. Generation next, I think it's important that, it's a step that we've taken to try and allow things to progress, use it to nurture new talent, and I think the main thing on that is that we've achieved a platform basically down, sometimes you've got to give before you get. It's a free party, that means that everyone, it's a busy night, so they can see that they can have a great night with, talent that's yet to sort of break through, really.
Would you ever like to take Naughty But Nice out of Hereford, maybe tour with it?
Oh, blimey, you want me to be a resident DJ, run a club and take it out on tour? Maybe, I don't know.
That's a no. How did you settle on the name Naughty But Nice?
Naughty but nice is nothing but fun, really, to me. There's no sort of hidden meaning or anything. It's just like fun.
It's not that you've got nice people that are a bit naughty in here.
You never know.
What's your names, girls?
Lucy. I'm Karen.
It's Claire Davis.
And where are you from?
Hereford.
Manchester.
Hereford.
South Wales. Abbotsford in South Wales.
I'm Matt.
Manchester.
I'm a kitchen fitter. You know, bit of a fucking gangster around here. Like, you know, everyone knows.
You're a bit of a gangster.
Well, on the sly, really. Yeah. Oh, I never drink.
Have you been here before?
Yeah, every week.
I came to stay to pool about a month ago and it was brilliant and tonight's is good.
Yeah, I come here nearly every Friday, yeah. Well, as often as I can. Yeah, I've been resident probably about the last 2 years.
Did you get out on a night out?
Go out, have 3 pints, go home, go to sleep.
Is that it?
Every week.
You're at uni studying.
Yeah.
You're a DJ. You're
Yeah.
a gangster, and you're a bit of a joyrider.
Well, yeah, I like to sort of diversify a bit, you know.
Lovely, good.
You have to know what your sound man gets up to.
Yeah.
I just think he's amazing. I don't fancy him really. Honest, Governor.
Everybody's friendly, you know. Strangers come up to you, ask you if you want a drink.
Talks to everybody. Everybody talks to everybody. That's why it's so good, yeah.
Is this your fella?
Kind of.
It is now. What are the fellas like in here?
Quite all right.
Loves it, boy, I tell you.
What are the fellas like in here?
Oh, wow, that's a bit of a question. Yeah, there's a few decent ones.
Yeah, are you on the ball tonight?
Yeah.
Have you had any luck?
Nah.
What do you like about the night?
John 00 Fleming's always class.
Definitely. Good atmosphere.
Always wicked atmosphere tonight.
The music is banging, especially with the judges up here.
We won't sleep now until Monday, I expect. Just party all weekend.
So I'm going to London tomorrow to the ministry. We saw Goldie the other week at Emporium, and that was really, really good. Yeah, drum and bass is brilliant.
Judge Jules, Tall Paul.
And so I usually go out around Birmingham, Q Club, Baker's, Steering Wheel, that sort of places.
To Emporium and Hippo.
Did you go anywhere else?
Yes, Escape in Swansea, Time in Swansea.
And that was another one of my best nights of my life. Clockwork Orange was immense.
Bye!
Bye!
I'm joined here in the centre of the madness by Darren Stokes. There's so many DJs on the circuit at the moment, though. What do you think separates you from the rest of them?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that, you know, I did something different to everybody else, but I suppose being a record producer does help because obviously, you know, you're making music that people can relate to.
A lot of DJs try and produce music and try and record music, but you've been hugely successful with Tintin Out. What's your secret?
I'm not giving that away.
Come on, you can tell us.
yeah. Well, you know, maybe £10,000 a mix. You can find out a bit of our secret.
Your partner in Tintin Out is a classically trained musician. How did you both meet?
He was doing some session work for a label that I was working for, and we just kind of got together like that. Really, it was like a very kind of chance meeting, and kind of really got on, and you know, sort of happened like that. Really.
What have you got planned for Tintin Out for the future?
Well, at the moment, we just finished working with Desiree with her reworking of "You Got to Be," some tracks on the new Cause album, and an album of our own as well.
And what's that going to be called?
You'll have to wait and see. So we're not sure yet. You know, we're still kind of getting the thing together, so we're not really sure.
What have been your earliest recollections of music?
I don't know. I've always been a bit of a soul boy. You know, I've always been like, you know, pirate stations, Invicta. You know, always like being a kind of, you know, into my soul and R&B. You know, so that is my upbringing really. You know, hip hop, things like that. You know.
Is that where your inspiration comes from?
I don't know if it's my inspiration, but you know, it was like you know, my early education for music was always very kind of black orientated. You know, I don't think it's really kind of incorporated within the Tintin Out sound, but it's something that is a real passion of mine.
Would you say the music that you made is the music you can play at home as well as for the dance floor?
At the moment it is, yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Because you've been accused of being a little commercial of late, haven't you?
Well, you know, the thing is, you know, commercial success means you are a pop star. You know, so it means you're commercial. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. At the end of the day, it's not bad to sell lots of records. You know, it's great. You know, you can spend loads of money and, you know, it's fantastic, you know. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, it just happens. Popular music means you have chart success.
Would you say the word commercial's got quite bad connotations?
A classic example, Underworld might be underground, but when it kind of gets to the top 10, it becomes overground because everybody's buying it, And I'm sure they're not complaining, At the end of the day, all we do what we do. If it happens to be popular, then, we're not going to complain at the end of the day.
What's your earliest recollections of music?
No comment.
I'm here with secret agent John 00 Fleming. DJs love having quirky names. Was the 00 thing obvious of having a surname like Fleming?
Yeah, many people don't get it, but it's actually because of Ian Fleming writes a Bond movie, so 00 bit come from a Ian Fleming bit. So
you describe your sound as Eurotrance. How would you define that exactly?
I've always loved trance for years and years, but there wasn't anything powerful enough for me to play years back because it was just sort of mellow trance and slow tempo trance. But now, especially over the last year, there's a lot more pumping stuff. More producers are making it. So I definitely like the Euro edge trance. I call it Euro trance because most of the music comes from Germany and Belgium and Holland, but it's classy. There's like a lot of Euro cheesy stuff around, but I like the classy stuff. Something with feeling, made by good producers. So.
Your last compilation for Automatic Records was humorously called License to Thrill, and you chose every track on it.
People don't realise I did that about 6 months ago, when you actually choose a track, so you've got to sort of look ahead and trying to work out what's going to be big and what's not, and I think I did a pretty good job, because that DJ Seconds and Friends, that was just recently in the charts, it was sort of when the album was released, so yeah, it was good.
How do you decide which records will make it and which don't?
I don't know. I think you just have like a magic ear for it, and I just sensed it was going to be big, and sure enough, it happened. There was up 2 or 3 other ones on the album, which also made it big. So
you also recorded at Bond Age Records.
Yes. I got the second release coming out the end of April. It's called Where Did You Get Those Pills? So you've got to look out for that.
Do you have to vary your sound depending on where you're playing?
Yeah, a little bit. In London, I can go really deep and underground, and I find. Sort of more you play outside London, you've got to throw a few tunes in that they know. But saying that, up in the Midlands and up north, I have been playing a lot deeper and a lot harder, so I'm getting away with it. I think I just got to try it a little bit more, but I love the deep, and my passions are like the deep, hard stuff. So.
Have you got any plans to travel around anywhere else?
It is. My diary's just full up for the rest of the year. I'm like all over the show, all over the world. So yeah, it's going to be good fun this year.
Because they love you in Canada, don't they?
Yeah, I've got a really good following in Canada. I've done so well. I mean, everyone just sort of went for the Ibiza thing a few years back, and I went the opposite way. I went to Canada, and I'm glad I did it because I got a good name for myself there. So.
How often do you go over?
Try not to go often too much, otherwise, the buzz is not such an impact when you go over there. So probably about 4 times a year I go there.
Are you going to continue this Bond thing throughout your career?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'm stuck with it now, so everyone knows me for it, so yeah, I'm going to stick with it.
Well, it seems to be working for you.
It does, yeah. I don't know, I'm not going to do the tuxedo bit or anything, I'll just say as I am.
Do you get a load of Bond girls following you around?
No, I wish.
This naughty but nice and bubble love, I think I can safely chalk another one off the board. But they're like buses these weekends. There'll be another one along before you know it, and when it comes, I hope you'll flag it down and hop aboard and join me, Janine, as Clubavision continues its tour through Clubland. Next week, Clubavision will be at Swansea's Escape into the Mix. We'll chat to the troublesome duo, the Rough Drivers, check Club On's dance chart, and party hearty at the Funk Labs at the Arena in Middlesbrough. See you then.
Please like, tag, share and subscribe.
So this is Clubavision, and this is how it's done. This is Clubavision, Clubavision's #1.
Where's that rave, man?